All right, today we are digging into Domino's Pizza. But this is not a story about pepperoni or thin crust versus deep dish. Nope. This is a tale that kicks off with one, frankly, disgusting discovery in a single local pizza shop, and it spirals out to expose the inner workings of a massive global machine.
So let me ask you, what's the absolute worst thing you could possibly find on your pizza? I mean, really think about it. An anchovy you didn't ask for? Maybe some pineapple if you're one of those people. Well, for one customer down in Sydney, Australia, the reality was, so much worse.
Yep, you're reading that right. That is a quote from the official city council complaint that started this whole thing. A cockroach was baked inside a pizza, not on it, baked right into the dough. And let me tell you, that one complaint, it was like pulling a thread that started to unravel something much, much bigger. Okay, so let's dive right in. We're going to zoom in on this specific Domino's in a suburb of Sydney called Chatswood and see what exactly the inspectors uncovered. Now, as you can probably guess, a complaint about a baked-in cockroach gets a very fast response. So inspectors from the local council show up at the store. They're trying to figure out, hey, was this a one-time freak accident or something else going on here? And what they found was, well, let's just say it was not good.
First up, finding number one, they immediately confirmed the customer's worst nightmare. We're talking live cockroaches, not just one or two, but both nymphs and adults crawling all over the floors and the walls of the kitchen.
And it gets worse. Finding number two, cockroach eggs. Now, this is a huge deal because it proves this wasn't just a recent problem, right? This place had become an active breeding ground for pests.
Then, beyond the actual bugs, there was just the filth. Finding number three was the dirty equipment. We're talking about the stuff that actually touches your food. Dough rollers, can openers, all of it just caked with old grime and food residue. Ugh.
And here's the real kicker, finding number four. This wasn't the first time. The inspectors found records showing that the council had already given warnings to this store's operator about its cleanliness. They had been told, you need to clean this place up. But obviously those warnings were completely ignored.
So, with a list of violations this bad, you'd think there'd be some serious consequences, right? Well, there were, but the actual punishment might just surprise you.
Get ready for this. The total fine for all of those violations, the live roaches, the eggs, the filth, ignoring previous warnings, was $1,760. That's it. For a brand that's part of a global empire, that number feels less like a punishment and more like a slap on the wrist. But while the local owner got that tiny fine, Domino's corporate, they had a very different plan.
Okay, so Domino's corporate swooped in and they acted fast. They didn't just put out a press release, no. They took full possession of the store from the franchisee. They closed it down immediately. They started a massive renovation and a deep, deep clean. And they promised the public it would only reopen under completely new management. They knew this wasn't just about one dirty store in Sydney. This was about protecting their entire global brand reputation.
And to really get why they reacted so aggressively, we need to pull the camera back. We have to zoom out from this one cockroach in this one store and look at the absolutely mind-boggling scale of the Domino's empire. Believe it or not, this whole thing started back in 1960. Just one tiny pizzeria in Michigan called Dominic's, bought by two brothers. But they figured something out: franchising and fast delivery. And from there, it just exploded. By '67, the first franchise opens. By '83, they're in Canada. And today, they are literally the world's largest pizza company. It's an incredible journey from a single shop to a global behemoth.
And this right here, this is the secret sauce to that insane growth. Take a look. Domino's corporate only owns about 2% of all its stores worldwide. The other 98%, they're owned and operated by franchisees, independent business owners. This is the absolute heart of their global strategy.
And that franchise model is how they've reached this number: more than 21,300 stores. Let that sink in over 90 countries. By pure store count, that makes them the biggest pizza company on earth. But, and it's a huge but, as that incident in Sydney showed us, this model has a massive built-in risk.
So yeah, let's talk about this, because it's a real double-edged sword. The very thing that allowed Domino's to conquer the world is also its greatest vulnerability.
So what even is a franchise model? Well, it's pretty simple. A giant company like Domino's, the franchisor, lets an independent operator, the franchisee, use their brand name, their recipes, their systems, everything. In return, the franchisee gets a business that's already well-known, and Domino's gets to expand everywhere without having to pay to build every single store themselves. It's a win-win, right?
And this really breaks down that trade-off perfectly. On the one hand, the upside is huge. You get super rapid global growth, it costs the main company very little, and you have motivated local owners running the shops. But then, there's the downside. How do you control the quality across thousands of stores? You create this huge brand risk where one bad operator can tarnish the whole name, and enforcing your standards becomes this constant, massive headache.
And that is exactly why corporate moves so fast in Sydney. Because the headline in the news wasn't, "A franchisee in Chatswood messed up." No. The headline was, "Cockroach found in Domino's Pizza." The failure of one small business owner instantly becomes a threat to a multi-billion-dollar global brand. It's their worst nightmare.
So, after all that, from a single bug in a pizza box to a global business strategy, what does this actually mean for you, the person just ordering a pizza on a Friday night? Well, it all comes down to one word: accountability.
Just look at the chain reaction here. It all starts with one customer reporting a problem. That leads to the council inspection and the fine. Then, the media picks up the story, which puts immense pressure on the corporation, and that forces them to act decisively. The whole thing, the shutdown, the renovation, all of it was kicked off by one person who spoke up. It's a pretty powerful reminder that a single voice can actually create a ripple effect that makes even giant corporations stand up and pay attention.
And so, all of this leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on. We love these global fast food chains for a reason, right? They're convenient, they're predictable, they're everywhere. But the very system that gives us that scale, the franchise model, is the same system that can create these dangerous weak links. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What's really going on behind the counter at the thousands and thousands of chain restaurants we all use every single day?